No. Oh, YouTube, you sellout. Fucker. Oh, you know what would help? If I'm on the right account. Holy shit. There we go. No. Oh shit. Falling. Oh god. I know. Oopsie poopsie. Okay. Man. Well, it does kind of suck, doesn't it? Really get it out of frame. I mean, I can, but that. Hello. Doesn't look bad on the little screen. Or does it? My delusional. Transferred my SIG to you? Good. You can fucking have it. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get back into shit here real quick. God, it looks trash. Better for Oh, you opened up on the bottom one, you cuck. Problem with having two monitors. Okay. You give everybody? No, see, it's dark. Unless that's just the TV. Could be the TV too. This keyboard sucks, by the way. It's wireless, so I got a wireless keyboard and mouse. Okay, it's my TV. My TV's dark. I look fine on stream. Okay, whatever. Notice I got a bigger camera scene that y'all can, when I get super chatty, we can do this. And I set it to a hotkey. So hi friends. Hi friends. We're not gonna do big show and tell right now just because I'm gonna post pictures and I've been talking about all the shit for constant, but I will show that off. I got henna in Orlando and then it like faded quickly, so then I bought henna and redid it, like traced over it, but then I got bored and kind of doodled on myself. So what's up? What's the haps, friends? How are you? I know it's taken me a long time to get here. I was very heavily debating just taking time off completely until next week. Because as you can tell, I'm still sick. I don't sound the best still. I am draining though, so like everything's getting out of my body. Enough to function. I'm also not sleeping very long, so like that doesn't help. And I am very aware that doesn't help. Mainly right now, I have a bit of a cough and I have a runny nose. Everything else is pretty okay. I actually did pretty good at work today. I'm a bit quiet. Yeah, as I can turn me up a bit. Can I turn me up a bit? I can't turn me up a bit. I can turn the music down. I turn the music down a bit. So, yeah, I can't really talk super loud right now. It's a bit of a hassle. Trip was fun. It was just go, go, go. So there's quite a bit. And then when I got back, I'm struggling a lot with actually just getting my ass to do art again. Just because of, you know, my own mental roadblock bullshit. But we got on stream today. So woo! So we're kind of back in it. Woo! I got a bunch of stuff. I spent way too much, and now we didn't really have money for it. We might be in trouble. Woo! Life immediately got back to being super fucking busy, so but I am determined to make shit work. So we are gonna be trying to stream on a schedule now. We are back to it. We're looking at Monday through Thursday, I think. That might change, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna kind of see what works for us. I don't have a set schedule, so I'm gonna have to get over streaming around work. There might be sometime I might be streaming a little bit earlier if I can get my ass moving and get my shit together. But you know how it goes. Whatever, we're doing our best. As you can see, this is one of the things I got. I got a little Boo headband, which is cute as fuck. He little blushy boy, and then he happy Boo. They had these all over the fucking parks. So I'll give you a quick rundown. This weekend I'm planning to get all of my pictures up. So my pictures of all of the stuff I got, the pictures of everything that, like, I have pictures of, because I've already given the gifts away, but I have pictures of most of the stuff. And then just pictures I took all around because I was a designated photo person. So I got to get those pictures up anyways. So all of that's going to be happening. Boo. But yeah, so they had these all over the park. They were really cute. They had them in almost every character. But so for those who don't know, I went to Epic Adventures in Orlando. It's Orlando's newest park. It is very small. If you ever want to plan a trip there, I recommend planning more than just that area. And then I did get to go to Disney Springs the last day, which is kind of like an outlet mall with a bunch of Disney stuff. It's basically for people who live in the area that like Disney, but also just like want to shop and it's super expensive, whatever. It really seems like where people, like old people, will settle. Let me see. There was gonna be a picture I showed you. I was gonna try to show you. What picture was I looking for? God damn it. I have so many pictures. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna show right on screen. But this is the picture that I sent Gage. Oh, no, wrong. Shit. I'm showing it to the wrong camera. Hold on. Wrong camera. There it is. Fuck. So I did get to see some. I took a shit ton of things at Disney. Do you guys want to hear about the whole trip? I can give you a synopsis of it. I don't think I need to like say everything. But so I'm going through my pictures so I can figure out, like, kind of remember what we did here. Okay. Cusco's poison. Poison for Cusco. I don't know. That was the only like Cusco thing I saw, and it was just in this random toy store. Oh, since I'm here. So this is the henna. Goes up my arm. So this part, the like peacock's body and some of the feathers was super light when I got it. So I got henna again and just traced over it, and now I really, really like it. And then, as you can see, I kind of like just started to do shit on my hands because I was bored. And it's like you get to draw on your hands, so like why fucking not? All right. So we started. Yes, so we went to Epic Adventures, right? It's in Orlando. It's a new park. We stayed at a hotel that had a shuttle for it, so it was free to get to the park. And we had our park passes we got in an hour early for the park. We went from Tuesday to Thursday. Tuesday we arrived 10 a.m. right off the plane, fresh off the plane. Does this light bother you guys? Because it's bothering me. I was trying to get all ambionic here, but wasn't really working. Let's see what it looks like on stream here. Sorry. Because on my TV it shows darker, but when I look at it on stream it shows lighter. Also, nobody look at my fucking background. We're still a work in fucking progress here, okay? You all know that. I have other lights. I had to remember I streamed. I don't know if any of y'all catched it. But I hit go live and do you remember? That's not either of those. Jesus Christ. You'll be in my heart. Anyway. Hey. All right. I don't remember it either. We're going to pretend I did not fuck that up. So yeah, we got there. We went to the hotel, dropped bags off, and then immediately went into the park. So there's 5 like places altogether. The main like hub of it is called Celestial. So it's kind of like they had like a weird god vibe going on, like mythical god, whatever. There was these statues, and then so in the center they had the first center they had a pond or whatever, and then they had a big fountain lake thing in the back. So like that was the middle part, and then in between those there was a carousel, and it was stars, moons, all that kind of like celestial whatever vibes. And then you had if you went on your left side, you have First World, Super Mario World, which if you have crowd anxiety, do not go. Do not go. Prepared. Do not go. It is very small and square shaped and busy as fuck. I mean, I think it's gonna calm down. It's still new, so it's busy as fuck anyways. But like Super Mario World, I think, was the fucking busiest out of all of them. It was nuts. It was very overwhelming. But we had a good time. It was really good. It was really fun. My sister-in-law had an obsession. She has an obsession with Pikmin. So we found out there was little hidden Pikmin statues all over Super Mario World. And so that kind of became a hunt between all of us. And so it was really fun. One of the first rides we went on, like, I sat with my sister every chance I got, because me and her just have a great time together. And I can be silly and stuff with her. So we went on the Yoshi ride first. And this is just like a kiddie ride. It's basically just so you can kind of like, because it takes you up above the park, so you kind of get to look down and see everything. It's a really good view of the park, or a really good view of Super Mario Land. And so when we were on it, I was like, oh, look at Pikmin. So like there was random little Pikmin everywhere. It was so cute. And I have video of that ride in particular because it was really cute. I love that ride. It was a nice chill ride. Oh, other thing too. You will note that I don't talk about most of the roller coasters, is because I could not go on any of them. Roller coasters now have not gone by weight anymore. They go by if you can fit in the seat. So it doesn't matter what weight you are. If you can fit in the seat, you can do the ride. So me and my fucking fat ass hips and tall ass torso can't fit in rides. I could only fit in a lot of the motion simulator rides, or like any of the rides that had like just pull over lap bars type stuff. And even then it was really close on some of them. I will say Epic Universe is very good about, except for the roller coasters, there's not a lot of rides there. There's like 13 rides in total. But they are decently good about having a bigger seat. So like Super Mario World, Land, they would have a normal seat, and then they would have like the bigger seat, because it's meant to be for like parent and kid. So they had that on a lot of the rides, which was pretty cool. And I could have gone on one of the roller coasters, but at that time I was so just done with everything that I said fuck it, and I'm glad that I didn't, because it turned out to be the worst fucking roller coaster there. So eat shit. Also finding out that Orlando in general, when I get later in the story, Orlando in general, their parks suck for I don't know, inclusivity, is that the word I'm looking for? When it comes to everybody being able to ride rides. I did a lot of research while I was in lines at the park, and apparently Disney is way better about who can actually get on their rides and who can actually fit. And mainly the reason I couldn't fit on a lot of them is because they had molded seats. So like your butt had to be a certain size to fit in it, and then your thighs like had to be tiny, or not tiny, well, I mean average size, but like if you had any type of thickness to you at all, you couldn't go on it. It was bad. So anyways, short little rant there. Super Mario Land. So there was that. What else was there? So they also had a lot of interactivity in Super Mario Land. So there was this thing where you get a bracelet that had a symbol on it, and there was a whole corner of the land where you could go in and like get Mario coins and interact with blocks and things like that. But it was $45 for a band. Fuck that shit. I almost did get it just because if we would have had downtime, if we would have gone the third day there, I would have gotten it. You'll come to see that we only went 2 days, and then the third day we went to a different park. So Universal kind of sucked for ride accessibility in 18 when we went for anniversary. I was 60 pounds lighter. Still couldn't fit in some of the rides. Yeah, I honestly, in high school, been to Islands of Adventure, which is where the other park that we ended up going to on the third day. And there's a ride there when you first go in there called the Hulk that shoots you out of like the main tunnel when you first start. And even in high school, I had issues getting into that ride. Like I barely fit in the ride. And then it's been revamped since then. And everything that I saw on Reddit about it and like just Google in general said that Hulk is like the worst for like how narrow. Their seats are very narrow. Everything is so fucking narrow. That's like the main issue. And then if I could get my butt in the seat, then my torso was too tall because I couldn't get the like overhead thing over me because it was my torso's too tall, or you can't have a super big, like a big chest, or it is what it is. I don't want to barely fit into a seat because if anything were to go wrong, I'm fucked. So it is what it is. I knew going into it was going to be an issue. I still got to ride a lot of rides. I still had fun. It is what it is. It also gave me a break to be by myself for a little bit and like just to decompress in sometimes. And I got some cool stuff in between while I was waiting for them on rides. So it's like one door closes, a window opens, you know, that type of shit. Super Mario Land. I got pictures of Mario, Luigi, and Peach. Oh, biggest fucking gripe. Barely any Daisy. Where the fuck is Daisy? Excusez-moi? Fuck you. There was like 2 things of Daisy in the whole fucking, like in Super Mario Land and in fucking Orlando. 2 things of fucking Daisy. Fuck you. So if we couldn't go, neither of us went. Yeah, then that sucks though, because if it's just the 2 of you and like between 2 people and one of you not being able to go on the rides like throughout the whole thing, like you barely go on any rides. So yeah, that would suck. I had a group of 4 and I was the only one who couldn't fit on anything, which was fine. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I was trying to make this super quick because I do want to draw. I am going to draw too because I've had this idea and I really, really want to try it. And I need to start making ACOs because I need to build up a stash of them. Anyways, yeah, Super Mario World. I'm gonna just keep calling it World, whatever. The other ride they had was Mario Kart, which we had to wait a decent amount of time of line in. I think that was probably our second biggest wait time. It was a mix of being in a cart on a track and 4D, like virtual reality essentially. So they give you these hats that are Mario visors, and then when you get on the ride, there's a visor that like connects to your hat. And so it just sits like right in front of you, so it's not like sucked to your face like a whatever those are called. I can't even think right now. Holy fuck, what are those called? What am I thinking of? Virtual reality, VRs. They're not like VRs, but it's the same concept. And this ride was kind of cool, except for my fat ass not sitting in the seat. So nobody told me. This is where I learned. So luckily I went on this ride early on, so this is where I learned the hack of like how to get on rides and know and how to avoid having issues like and being embarrassed. So this is where I learned that there was big man seats. We got there. I wanted to sit up front with my sister-in-law, but I couldn't get into the seat, but I was like super close. But the attendant wouldn't push on the like bar to help me, and the way I was sitting, I couldn't push on it myself, so he wouldn't help me. So the 4 of us had to get off into the exit, and they're like, well, there's a big man seat in the back. And I was about to cry because I'm like, this is my worst fear when it comes to rides, is like having to make people wait, or like having to get off and then everybody sees me get off, and it's just a whole thing. So we had to get off, and they're like, well, there's a big man seat, so we'll get you in that, but you just have to wait. So we had to wait like 2 cycles or whatever, and then we got in, and I fit in the big man one, no problem. But so it's a Mario Kart, and then it's 4 steering wheels, and the way it works is that you kind of have to follow the track, right, like Mario Kart, and you get coins based on if you make the turns or not. the thing was that we were all confused about is that why we were spinning out, because your cart can spin out like Mario Kart, and the way you spin out is if like somebody isn't paying attention in your cart and they don't turn with you, so then your cart spins out. So that was one aspect of it. The other aspect was that it was a shooting game. So like the reason you had the VR is because that's where you saw the Mario Kart characters, and then also there was buttons on your steering wheel to shoot shells. So you would collect items as you were going on the track, and you would get like 20 shells at a time, and you were shooting people with your shells where you were looking with your VR headset. So that was fun. And then if you shot the good guys, you lost coins. If you shot the bad guys, you gained coins, and then you gained coins when you did the correct turns. And also there was a band feature there on that ride too. I don't know what it did, but if you connected your band to like the little center console, it did something. I don't know, but that was fun. Also keep in mind we only went on all of these rides once, except for they went on Stardust twice, which was a roller coaster that had two sides. One was a more like scenic side and the other one was a thriller. That was the only ride they went on twice. Everything else we only went on once because lines are fucking ridiculous. Then we didn't go to DK until the next day, because so what we found out that first day is some rides had early access. So if you had the pass to get into the park an hour early before the general public, there was a few rides that opened up at that same time. So we planned to do, because there was DK Land, which was in the back of Super Mario World, and that DK minecart ride was like one of the most popular because it's a roller coaster that like, it's a kid, I want to say it's a kid roller coaster, but it's not. But it's one of the roller coasters that pretty much anybody could fit on. So we went on that the next day. But so that was that first day. That was pretty much all we did there in Super Mario Land. And then we went to Dark Universe, which has my favorite fucking ride that threw us for a loop. It was great. So Dark Universe is basically Frankenstein's castle. Like, that's how I like to picture it, is you walk in and it's all creepy, spooky. It feels like if you've ever seen the Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman. It's that vibe of like that old decrepit town with vampires and all that shit. Is really cool. And so then one of the rides was Dr. Frankenstein, and it was a whole fucking castle. And the whole thing was like, you were looking at the castle. So you're walking through and there's all this stuff on the wall. You're like in an actual castle. So even in the line is long. Like, the line to get to the actual ride is long, but you're looking at so much stuff, it doesn't feel like it. So even though the ride might say it's 45-minute wait, that 45 minutes is literally just you like walking through the whole like shebang. So you're doing that. And then when you get into the ride, they have a introduction thing where it's Igor talking to you and showing you what the ride does. And it shows you that it's just an arm with 4 seats on top of it, and it goes like this. And it was literally like whipping around. It was a little diagram of it. I really wish I would have gone on it a second time just to get a video of it. It was fucking hilarious. And I did get pictures with Igor actually later. Like the next day when we went back over there, I did get pictures with him, which was fun. Another side note is my camera on my phone. I really wish I would have fucking thought of this before, but I was like, I could have took this other phone with me and just used it for solely pictures, but I didn't think about it. And I also didn't realize that my camera was cracked at the time. So like, it takes pictures still, but when it came to lighting, lens would like my lens would make a flare in some of the pictures. So in some of them it makes it look for a cool effect, and other things you just kind of got to deal with it. It's just the way it was. It wasn't too bad. Night pictures were kind of shitty. I ended up kind of fixing it later, but then like my sister ended up taking a lot of the night pictures because it's just my phone didn't handle it too well. Not a big deal. So we went on that ride. There was 2 pictures we got from the rides. There was that one, which I look like I'm going to die in that one. And then we got one from DK, which was funny too, because me and my sister-in-law are both doing like the same thing. It is fucking great. And then they only had one other ride in Dark Universe, which was the Werewolf roller coaster, which they didn't go on until like it was one of their last rides the next day. So that's all we did, but it was really cool atmosphere. We had a lot of fun in there. Walked out of there, and then you have to go all the way across to the back, which, well, the first day, I think that's all we did the first day. Because we did How to Train Your Dragon and Harry Potter the next day. Yeah, so we only really did those two, and then kind of looked around at the other stuff, kind of poked around and like did our plan. We were only there till about 5 that day, but with traveling and being up since like 4 a.m., we all were kind of beat at that point. So then the next day, we got up and we were out on the bus by 7:30 a.m. over to the park, waiting in line. They let us in a little bit early, got through security, everything. By 8 o'clock, we were running to the DK Mine Coaster. And so we kind of had it the best of both worlds. We had a young one who was like ready to like run to things, and then we also had an old person who couldn't do stairs. So there was a lot of times where she saved us because we could take the elevator instead of having to wait in line to go through the stairs, which she did end up saving us a few times from some line, which was fun. But that ride was so fun. I got to take a picture with Cranky Kong. The ride itself was really fun, and it felt like I don't know if you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, the mine part level. It feels like that when you're on the ride. So it was great. It was a fun time. The little atmosphere world area that they built was just straight up Donkey Kong Country, and there's a lot of stuff I took pictures of. It was cute. I really liked it. And then what do we go to next after that? Oh, we were trying to go to the Ministry of Magic, Battle of Ministry of Magic, but this ride was the bane of our fucking existence because it was always so packed. Like, it was always 2 hours plus to wait in line for this damn thing. It kept breaking down. This ride, fuck this ride. Fuck that ride. Ooh, so bad. So we skipped that. We skipped that ride. And we went into How to Train Your Dragon, which was probably our favorite land out of all of them. You walk in and it feels like you're in Berk. The attention to detail is probably the best that I've ever seen in a theme park in Epic Universe. It's really great. No, you didn't, Izzy. This is different. Harry Potter has 3 lands. And they're not all called Harry Potter. I'm just calling it Harry Potter because the land itself is basically Fantastic Beasts. It's not Harry Potter. No, so this one is the Battle of Ministry of Magic. Hogsmeade has the Forgotten Journey and Hagrid's motorbike ride. Then there's Gringotts in Diagon Alley. So there's 4 Harry Potter rides. Well, and then the kids rides, like the Flying Hippogriff is a kids ride. This one, if you haven't been to Epic Universe, you haven't been on this ride. Yeah. So the Forgotten Journey is in the Harry Potter's castle. And then right across from there was the Flying Hippogriff, which is like the kid roller coaster. And then the motorbike is down actually in Hogsmeade. Peachy Keen. So we went into How to Train Your Dragon. There wasn't a lot there to ride, but it was just really cool to look at. I took a bunch of pictures there. The star of the fucking show there is we got to see a How to Train Your Dragon show, which was amazing. They had Toothless flying above our heads. And I got a lot of pictures of it, but Toothless was fucking flying around our heads, and Hiccup rid Toothless up onto the stage, and then we got to see big dragons and stuff, and it was just really cool how they used, like, they would use the screen behind them to, like, fight. So they would be, like, fighting the monster that was on screen. It was all interactive. It was really, really fucking good. Gringotts is in Diagon Alley, which is in Orlando Hollywood. I'm assuming when you went, Izzy, you went to Islands of Adventure and then Orlando Hollywood, which are like next to each other, because Islands of Adventure is here, and then it's the other Orlando park is right there, and they're like connected, and Hard Rock Cafe is right in the middle of it. So like there was the Hogwarts Express that you could take from Hogsmeade into Diagon Alley, which is basically just a train to help you get across. Yeah. So we could only go into one park per day, so we couldn't go to the other one. But yeah, the show really fucking amazing. They did have two things. So if you've been to the Mall of America, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ride, they have that exact same ride there, but it's How to Train Your Dragon. It's the exact fucking same ride. And then they have like a play area for kids and stuff. Toothless was doing a meet and greet. I got some pictures with the twins and the other guy, and I don't know what his name is, but some actors that were dressed up as him. That was cute. It was just a lot of fun atmosphere. It was just great. And we got some really good food there. My sister finally found the cup that she had been fucking hunting for. So they had refillable cups that you just, for the day, you can refill it with soda because they have the Coke machines. And she was looking specifically for the Toothless cup refillable, which it's out, and there's pictures of this, but it's like a big cup like this that's just straight Toothless, and it's like a cute Toothless, and then there's a little straw at the top. It comes with a huge lanyard. So it was really fucking cute, and it was worth like the hassle we had to find this thing, because like people were saying, she saw it online and people were saying that it was in gift shops, but which it wasn't. It was randomly in Burke in a food stand, at one food stand there. There was food stands all over the place, but it was at one specific food stand. It wasn't anywhere else. We are lucky we went there. But she got it and she was happy. So, but yeah, there was just a lot of cool things I took pictures of there. That was just a lot of fun. Then we get to the bane of my existence, Harry Potter. Now, let me make this clear. They only label it Harry Potter because they're fucking sellouts. The only thing that is actually Harry Potter there is the one ride. You are walking into Paris. It is Fantastic Beasts. It is meant to be, you are walking through Paris as you would be like if you were in the Fantastic Beasts movie. Before they like magic became more apparent and whatever. So it's like everything just looks like Paris until you actually go into the shops, and then you're like, oh, this is magic, whatever. But it's not Hogwarts, it's not Harry Potter, it's none of that shit. So we were very confused. So I was like, okay, whatever. But what I realized when I realized it was Fantastic Beasts is that's why it's Battle of Ministry of Magic ride, because that's when the Ministry started to battle. Like, that's when the Resistance started and they started to battle each other, blah, 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 whatever. But the Battle of Ministry of Magic it's about the trial for, Umbridge. But, so we went to a show first, and this is the only reason I figured it out, that it was, Fantastic Beasts and not Harry Potter. The show was about Newt. So the show was cute. So they stole his briefcase, and so the show was about the assistant who like was trying to return one of the animals that she let free, and she goes into the briefcase, and so we got to see all of the cool animals and stuff, and it was really cute. And then Newt showed up on the screen, and it wasn't until later that I figured out it was AI, and that made me upset. But now, everybody, I'm gonna try to get through this without getting fucking upset. All right? Because this, again, bane of my existence. Luckily, me and my sister brought our Nintendo Switch Lites, and we played Mario Kart Inline. We just played them in general. We talked. We actually got loopy towards the end of it. You want to know how long it took us to get on this fucking ride, even after skipping some of the line? Take a guess. Take a wild fucking guess. Gitch, MC, you want to take a crack? Yeah, it was about 4 hours. It was between 3.5 and 4 hours. When I fucking tell you, the only thing good about it, I'll give you a sneak peek of the picture. The only thing good about it, there's two good things about it. I'll show you this one also my family was really bad about like taking pictures of me when I kept taking pictures of them. So I then entertained myself with awkward selfies throughout the whole trip, where I would like only have half of my head in a picture. And then whatever I was trying to show behind me. It was great. I had fun with that. So here is this one. So you were literally in the ministry. I know it's kind of hard to see. Again, I'm going to post these this weekend. But you were literally in the ministry when you walked in. When you got into the actual like building, granted, this is after like an hour and a half of a line when you're outside. But when you finally get into the building, they have the Flu Network as well. So like I have a video of me going through the Flu Network, which was really cool. So that was really cool. The green tile was fantastic, and it was huge. The atmosphere, it was fantastic. But when you sit in it for hours on end, there's only so much you can handle. So like, and the tapestry changed to where it showed Umbridge, and then it was showing the other guy, and then the next like hallway we went into was just a circular thing of all offices, which was really cool. Then we ended up in just hallways and hallways of green tile, where I was starting to get loopy, and my brother-in-law was like, why don't you start counting the tiles? And I was like, no. And then he noticed, because they were like ombre, so like one was a little bit lighter green and then a darker green. He noticed that the pattern got fucked up in some of them. And I was like, I hate you, because now I'm going to see if it's always fucked up. And so then I spent the next 10 minutes proceeding to find the broken pattern in this tiled hallway. That's how fucking like loopy as shit I was at that point. It was bad. But then luckily there was a part where they had to like, you basically were stepping over the ride so that it went up a little platform and then it went down. And after waiting in line that long, even my mother-in-law was, because she can do some stairs, she was just like, ain't no way. This is 2.5, 3 hours at this point. She's like, ain't no fucking way. And I'm like, yeah, nope. So she's like, elevator. We're like, hell yes. So then we got to skip some of it. We got to skip that part. And then at one part it broke down, so we had to wait a little bit. And then it came back up. Then we finally get on the damn ride. And it's like you're in an elevator. It was 2 long rows. Luckily they could fit like 15 on it at a time. And you're in like this box that's supposed to be like the elevator. And it was literally just a battle of ministry. And the box was on a cart. And then it was a lot of, it was 40, but it was also just a lot of movie screens. And then the ride broke down while we were on it. Luckily, it wasn't that intense of a ride, so it was literally just stopped on a track, and we just sat there for 5 minutes. And then this is where I figured out it was AI, because then the ride was kind of fucked the rest of the time. So like the animations and stuff were kind of fucky. So then their faces got all fucky and their movements were fucky. And I literally wanted to punch something. Yeah, it was fantastic. That was just time of my life I'm having by now. Time of my fucking life. It was just great. By the time fuck. We got out of there. Then we ate at a fancy Chinese restaurant called the Blue Dragon, which had a dragon and these cool neon signs and stuff. It was an overinflated Chinese restaurant. Good food, but fucking expensive as shit. Then after that, I was basically done at this point. We had been there from 8 a.m. and we were staying until past 10 at the park closed because my sister wanted to see the fountain show, which I'm really glad we did stay for it. And around the fountain, they had these 3 grass stairs, so like people could just sit and hang out and whatever. And so I was like, all right, let's make a deal. I have to go shopping anyways. Like I had to go back into Super Mario World to get this DK sign and to get some stuff. And then my sister wanted to see if another Pikmin was around or whatever. So like, I was like, hey, you guys go. Well, like, so we had planned to go on the werewolf ride because it was the only roller coaster I could fit on. So I could like get into that line, but by this point I was done. I was like, I'm done. I'm not feeling great. I had not had a break from anybody at this point. And I'm like, no, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna go pick a spot over on the grass stairs. I'm just gonna chill. You guys do what you want to do. Meet me over there when the fountain thing happens. This was like 8 o'clock. They're like, okay, cool. And I had my Switch, I had my phone, I had my headphones. Like, I was good. I was chill. So I went shopping a little bit, came back, just rested, just hung out. I ended up taking like a small nap until my brother-in-law came over and was like, hey, you doing okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm chill, bro. I am chilling. So then we watched the fountain show, and it was actually really great. So it was this whole, I did record some of it. It was a whole like fountain show to every land's like theme song, essentially, to like it was just really cool. It was great. Also at the back of the park there is a hotel that is attached, so that was interesting. And they already have plans to expand the Epic Universe, because right now like that place is so small, it is not worth more than a day and a half, which is basically what we spent there. And we got on all the rides, we saw everything. Like, if you weren't go, maybe 2 days, 2.5 days. We probably could have spread it out and like actually took our time. But even then, we still didn't like rush. We just basically rushed and made a game plan to get on all the rides first, get that over with, and then whatever was left over, we're like, then we can chill and walk around and see stuff. May I suggest Canada? Disney, Universal, Cape Cod. This trip has solidified in my mind that I need to go back to Disney. That I only want Disney. Fuck Universal. Fuck everything it stands for except for SpongeBob. But even Nickelodeon Studios is not even in Orlando anymore. The fucking little thing that you could go to and they had Double Dare and like cool things that you could see, it's not even in that park anymore. So fuck that. It's in Hollywood, Orlando, I think. But so that was Wednesday. Wednesday was the big day. Wednesday was the long day. Also, guys, can we get a round of applause for me? I had no edibles this whole fucking trip. I only had my normal meds and my ADHD meds. And I think I only had one little outburst. And that's because I got real sassy. Other than that, no crying, no breakdown. Very close to breakdown a couple of times. After getting denied on like my 5th ride, but you know. I think Universal was better when I was younger. Now I'm all about Disney. I'm all about Disney because Disney just has so much more to see. If all of Orlando was about Epic, like if it was like Epic where it was all that detail, then I would be about Orlando, but it's not. The Orlando parks, the other ones are just like meh. And granted, I think I would have enjoyed Orlando Hollywood more than Island of Adventure or Isle of Adventure, but I had not been back to Isle since with my grandma, and I was like, ooh, I remember Hulk, I remember this, whatever, and I want to go back to it, and then whatever. So, but yeah, round of applause for me. I did good. Okay, so that was Wednesday. So Thursday. Thursday, we went to Isle of Adventure. And what was cool about that is they had like their little outlet area before that. That was neat. And then seeing that at night was really cool too. It had this really clubby vibe, had a lot of music, had stuff. So walking back when I was tired and stuff, that like made me happy. But tried to get on Hulk. That's when I realized like I just wasn't gonna get on any roller coasters. Talked to a really nice attendant that was bigger there too, and her brother had just moved to Minnesota, so we talked a little bit there. Went into the Marvel superhero area, which is this, my dear friends, this is where the crushed penny obsession started. So I needed something to do while I was waiting for them to go on all these rides. And then I used to collect Smash pennies back in the day with my dad. And so they still have these machines. I might have gone a little ham. I might have gotten almost every single machine in the park and then proceeded to get all but 2 in Disney Springs. I may have almost filled 4 Smash Penny books. Maybe. Listen, I hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on it. Yeah, they're all different. I think I only got 2 duplicates out of the whole thing. They're all different. Well, some of them are very similar. I will have to say, some of the Hulk ones I got are very similar, and some of the Spider-Man ones I got are very similar, but overall, they're all different. They're all different, and I have, like, full sets. Like, 1 through 8 full sets. Yeah, you can pick the design, but I got the whole machines. So they had machines where it was 8 for $5, or they had the crank machines where it only had 4 coins in it, and those were $1 a piece. Luckily, most of them were the, most of them were the 8 for $5. So, that was nice. They only had a few cranks. Also, they were all electronic, so that made my life so easy. And then everybody kept telling me, like, you know, pennies, we don't use pennies anymore. And I'm like, yeah, so all the pennies are going to these machines or not. And I got SpongeBob pennies. I got 4 SpongeBob pennies. I'm so happy. And I got a specific Harry Potter book with a little special coin on the front. And then I found Harry Potter coins. I'm so happy. And then, like, I got my sister and my brother were like, what the fuck? And then so it got to the point where I'm like, where are the coins? Guys, keep your eyes out. Find them. Find them. Guys, this is my one thing. Find them. So then we all kept our eyes out for coins. But then, like, or I don't know if Orlando has this or not, but Disney Springs had this. Disney Springs had an app, like, in their, like, park app where you could look up the coin machines and actually, like, follow the map to get all of them. And I was like, what the fuck? I needed this yesterday. What the hell? So Disney Springs was really exciting. But so that's what I did while they were, like, on rides and stuff, is that I would go collect pennies, or I would kind of look around and kind of like scope out where we were going next type of deal. So we went into, so the only ride I really wanted to go on, and I still couldn't go on it because that was too narrow, was Doomfall, which none of them wanted to. They were only going to go on it if I could fit on it. So I was praying to God I could fit on it, and I didn't, and I was like, fuck. This is basically like a power tower, which I don't know if any of you know what that is, but, or like Tower of Terror or whatever. It's just like a drop. You go up and you go, whee, and drop. And we went on Spider-Man, which has been updated since I've been on it. But that was pretty fun. It's just a 40, you're in a cart, and shit flies at you. Well, it was actually 40, so you had to wear glasses and shit came at you, so it made me a little dizzy. And, like, I had to close my eyes at some point because it came up, like, really close in your face. And then there was real fire that shot out, and I was like, ooh, fire. I think the most entertaining ride was Kong at this place, because my sister-in-law wanted to sit on the outside, and so I was sitting next to her, and I had more fun watching her freak out than actually, like, watching the ride. Because you're in, like, a safari vehicle. And so, like, the trend of all these rides now are, like, 4D. So essentially you're just in a cart of some kind on a track, and then they use a mixture of a lot of movie screens and, like, water splashing at you, or just, like, wind or whatever. Very little animatronics now, which make me sad. But one of the ones that scared the shit out of us, because we didn't realize it was 4D, is this lady gets stuck in this mud pit and she's cutting up these worms, and all of a sudden fucking water got shot at us like it was the bug guts, and my sister said she got like a fucking mouthful of just water. But both of us were just like, oh, bug guts. Because, like, you're really immersed into it. So I was like, ah, fuck. Until you realize it's just water. But it was fucking funny. And then there's a part where, like, a dinosaur yells at you. And, like, so water again came out because it was, like, a spit. And then a spider jumped down and scared the shit out of her, which made me just die laughing. And then she's got this thing where she doesn't like people in costume. She just has always been that way. So, like, and even animatronics freak her out a little bit. And she just so happened to be on the side where there's a big giant Kong animatronic. It was so fucking funny. I was like, you picked the wrong side, girl. She's like, yep, don't let me pick seats again. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it again. The cool thing about that ride is that you kind of want to ride it twice, because you want to sit on either side of the truck, because there's a screen on both sides and there's two different things happening at the time. So that's the cool part about that, is like there's always something to look at. Then we made it back in Jurassic Park, and they went on the Velocicoaster, which is like one of their faster, newer rides, which is scary. My dad said it's the only roller coaster in a long time that he's been scared on, because it's only a lap bar, but it's a roller coaster. So you're sitting there like, And like, yeah, it looked nuts, but I couldn't go on that one, obviously. Then we made it into Hogsmeade. I did buy a wand, fucking $90 wand. That was interactive. But it's good at all of the like Harry Potter parks. So if I keep it, I just replace the watch battery or whatever in it, and I can use it. So I got Hermione's wand because it's vines. It's leaves and vines around the wand, so it reminded me of roses. So it was really cute. I took pictures of all the wands. And then I did spells and stuff. The fun thing about being there and not being able to go on the Forgotten Journey ride of Hogwarts is that as they got on the ride, there was a show happening where it was the female magic school and the male magic school, like the students were dancing, kind of like when they get introduced in the movies. And then there was the MC there. She was dressed in Gryffindor colors and like a robe. And so like their show was just ending and they were taking pictures with people. So I got to get in line real quick for that and take pictures with people because it was just like it was just like one or two people, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I have that one, which I'll show you guys later, but then I have this one too, which I don't remember whose one this is. But yeah, I have this one too, which is just a wand. But no, these were all interactive ones. This one's just solid wood. So, but Jason was expecting me to get a wand. I wasn't gonna get a wand until he brought it up, and he's like, "Yeah, get one." I was like, "Okay." So I got it, and I meant to like, I waited for them to get off the ride because I was like, "Oh, I want to do this with my sister," and then nobody was really like into it. I think we were kind of getting close to being done at that point. But I went through, and that was fun. It was fun to be in Hogsmeade and look around. Almost got a animated Hedwig. There were just annoying kids there, so like we didn't stay in there too long because like I wanted to do the magic stuff, but it's just like it was just annoying. But yeah, so we got through there, and then I saw the Hedda chick, and I got Hannah. Then we went, then it was Seussland. I got more coins. This was pretty much the end of it there, and then we kind of just meandered. We did some shopping. I went into the preview of Epic Universe that was at that Orlando area, which they had a whole like map plan out, like 3D model of it, which was really cool that I took video and pictures of. And that was pretty much that day. We kind of just went home, and then Thursday we checked out of our hotel, but then we Ubered to Disney Springs, which is this outlet mall, walked around there. We were going there specifically because there is a dinosaur cafe there. It's owned by Rainforest Cafe, but it's all dinosaurs. So it's the same type of like animatronics and sounds and stuff like that. It's all dinosaurs. So we went there because his brother wanted to go there. And then they had World of Disney there, which is this huge fucking Disney shop. So then I spent a fucking, too much there. We went around, took pictures. I got pictures of a lot of stuff. Got a lot of pins because there was a Disney Disney trading or pin trading post. So I got a lot of pins that I really, really like. And we couldn't stay there too long because our flight was we started boarding at 4. So our reservation was at 11, and then we ate and got back to the hotel, and then had a shuttle to the airport, got on the plane, and then we were home. Yeah, Disney has me in a fucking chokehold with that, but I'm trying to only do it for like special occasions, like if I'm at a place. But I have a feeling I'm going to be trying to buy more eventually. Just not right now. But I'd rather collect those than plushies, I think, because plushies take up more space, where pins are pretty easy to like display and stuff, and they don't take up a lot of space. But yeah, so that was the whole trip. So then we came back that Thursday. We were back at home by 9 o'clock or something like that. And then I had taken the next day off just to recuperate. But then I started to get sick. I worked Saturday, and that was my first like official day of being sick, where my voice was going. Sunday and Monday, I was just out of it. I was done. I called out of work Monday. And yeah, I've just been working. Just been working. Worked Tuesday, had Wednesday off, but just rested. Thursday did work. Today did work. Tomorrow do work, and then I have the next 2 days off again. Yeah, you can do it that way. My parents had a cork board, so they gave me a cork board. I have leaf cork boards that I was putting them on, but they kept falling off the wall because they were too, they got too heavy and would fall off the wall. So I just put them all on a cork board. But yeah, so I have one big cork board that has like 2 little corners filled right now, and it makes me want to fill the whole cork board. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff I gotta show you guys, but I'll do it in picture form because I don't really feel like. How is this copyright free? Take you home. Anyways, yeah, so that was my trip. We had fun. It was just a lot, and it was a lot of go, go, go. And oh my god, I can tell I'm still not like 100% because that, even doing that took a lot out of me. And I'm also still avoiding drawing, apparently. It's getting too real about trying to set up this whole business, and like my mom, what's really scary, I think what's the most scary is like my mom's always supported me, but she's like all in on this new stuff, all in. And I asked her if she would do craft fairs with me, and she'll go to craft fairs with me and help me do those, and be scary because I don't want to let her down, which I didn't want to let her down to begin with, but I've gotten over the whole like I'm not looking for their approval, but like me and my mom are close, so it's just the fact that like she's really into this and like super excited to see where it goes, and I'm like, all of my other shit has always failed. I don't know. I don't want to. So yeah, so I think that's kind of just where I'm at with that. Fuck, I just want to go collect. I don't. So I know this is a cop out. I said I was gonna do art, and I really plan to, but I honestly still don't feel great. And yeah, I just woke up from a nap, but I need to actually sleep more because I gotta work. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. again. So I think we might actually skip the art for today. I'm sorry. I meant to. I have an idea to start, but asawi. Maybe tomorrow. As long as I get my pictures and stuff up, I can hop back on quick tomorrow because I can't do Sunday because I'll be at my parents'. Maybe Monday night I'll be on though. So, but I really wanted to get on and at least talk to you guys for a bit. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys have been well. Hope everybody's been doing good. We're ramping back up. We're gonna be back around again. Hopefully gonna be seeing more stuff from me. I really wanted to get this up by March, but we'll see what happens, because that means I gotta bust my ass this next 2 weeks, and I'm already busting my ass, so we'll see. But I love you guys. Thank you for showing up again and not disappearing. But we'll call it a night there. I'll keep you guys informed if I'm gonna hop on tomorrow, because after tomorrow, then I'm off Sunday, Monday, so, and I work a short shift tomorrow, so that gives me time to rest and gives me time to do other stuff before I get on stream. So we might do that. That might be the play. Love you guys. I will see you soon. We're back at it. It's been a long time since I've taken this much time off. But we're here, and as I'm feeling better, I feel more motivated. It's just I can feel it right now. I don't feel great. So I don't want to get sick even more when I'm just starting to feel better. So I should get to bed. But I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Mwah.